funny that you're saying that now, but this is coming out like in the future, so that would be past. Like
So
when
it's gonna come out tomorrow?
no, this is 28, right? So it will come out 26, 27, and then 28. So it's going to come out
Oh.
after those two episodes come out.
I got you.
And you're speaking as if we're on live
Well,
right now.
But if they're watching this, they're gonna know that. Oh, but this is the future episode. What a dumbass. I'm sorry.
Two guys from two worlds. This is the flip side. New episodes is uploaded on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify every week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Now, your hosts, Jay and Noel.
What do you
How
mean
about the
toilet?
How about the static? Can you hear any static? Wait,
No.
what did you just say in the parang toilet?
Seriously? You always say I sound okay. Yeah. And then maybe I sound like I'm on the toilet.
Oh no, it doesn't sound like you're not. I don't think I ever said like you sound like you're in the toilet. You sound like
I'm saying that, but you don't say anything to correct
no
it.
no no no, it doesn't sound like you're in the toilet.
You sure?
Never not like in the toilet. Toilet was like when you don't have the microphone on. Sometimes the microphone is just too loud. But not toilet.
Is
Grabe
it,
naman
is
yung
it, is
toilet.
it too loud now? No.
No, it's fine.
Okay lang? Sigurado ka?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Sure na sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the flip side with Jay and Noel. My name is Jay.
My name is Noel.
Good morning or good afternoon, depending on whenever the hell you're listening to this crap.
Crap
It
pala.
is Wednesday, April the 5th, 8:17 p.m. where I am in the United States. And you can tell that it is 8:17 a.m. Thursday morning in the Philippines, where Noel is having breakfast.
And it's summer.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so another day, guys. Welcome to the show. A little show update real quick. Basically the only episode missing, which should be episode 27, was last week's episode. And that will be coming up mañana. Everything else is up there. Enjoy it. Or not. For those
Hopefully-
maybe 3 people that are listening.
Hopefully by the time they see this, those episodes are actually already up. So it wouldn't make sense if we put this up and then those aren't up yet.
Those are already up. I just said they're up already.
No, but you just said like one or two of those episodes are going to be up. Did I miss that?
No, I said episode 27 is going to be up, which will be
Right.
tomorrow.
Right. So hopefully by the time they see this, that would have already been up. That's just what I'm saying. Don't freak out. Keep your pants on.
That doesn't make sense, though. I don't understand. How
What do you mean?
I'm a little lost.
You might have missed putting that up tomorrow. Let's
Got
say
it.
we're in the let's
Got it. All right. I got you. But yes, all the other episodes are up there. Bear with us. We're still learning as we go. So, yeah, man. How are you?
hot.
Is it really so hot that you're wearing a coat?
The AC is just on, but it's
Right.
basically just hot lately and it's driving me nuts.
We have that problem at our house too. When it's summertime, obviously it gets hot, right? Like today was the first hot day of the season, of the year. It was actually 84
Oh.
degrees today outside.
Oh,
Where
wow.
typically it'd be like 30 or 40 degrees outside right now. But it's 84, 85 today, which made our house hot. For some reason, our house gets really hot when it's hot outside. But as soon as you turn the AC on, it gets super cold, even though we only put it at 70 degrees.
Bro,
Hence-
80.
Well,
it's
I mean,
20,
compared, yeah.
yeah, 26, 27 on Celsius.
Yeah.
80
That's
is
nothing.
Fahrenheit, 26, 27 on Celsius. That's Baguio cold. That's really cool. That's nothing compared to like 36, 40 here in in Celsius, which
Well,
is
the
crazy.
humidity there is crazy though.
Yeah, exactly. When you turn on the fan, it's like we're just blowing hot air around. Not even, it doesn't even get any cooler when you turn on the fan. You really got to go to a mall or turn on the AC.
Right.
So,
Well, every day in the Philippines is like having a regular heat wave.
yeah, I remember heat wave. Yeah, it's probably the word. I remember arriving here in Naiya back in like 1996 or something like that for the
Right.
first time in 5 years when those sliding doors opened. It opened like, and then it felt like like a wave of hot water was just, or like, yeah, a heat wave
It
just
it's
came out and hit me in the, like, slapped me in the face, like, welcome back
right.
to the Philippines, bitch.
I know exactly the feeling, but I think the best description for that is it feels like, those vacuum seal, the heat
Mm,
vacuum seal, and it just sucks you out. It's so hot. And what's crazy about it is the humidity sticks to your skin.
mm,
If you're walking around and you're not from there and your body's not used to it, after
mm.
like 30 minutes, you have what do you call those? Those black things in your neck.
Black things in my neck, like,
Hey, big
um
Ace, what do you call the dirt that builds up on your neck?
black nose,
Huh?
black nose.
Libag.
Oh, libag. I was thinking of warts and
No,
other
no.
things.
In the Philippines, when it's hot and whatnot, and there's all that humidity and the mugginess and the
Mm,
dust.
mm,
So
mm,
it's gonna
mm,
build
mm,
up on your neck, you know?
mm, 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 mm.
Mm.
Speaking of build up, there's something that's been building up the past. Oh yeah, let me just get this one out of the way. There's something that's been building up for the past, I don't know, I guess 10 years. I don't know if you call that a build up, but there's this been like case in the Philippines. Are you familiar with the Taguig versus Makati case that they've had?
No.
So I think 10 years ago when this mayor came in, like they sort of started claiming um that Taguig was part of Makati. And Taguig, we were talking about Taguig the other day because BGC isn't Taguig, Bonifacio Global City isn't Taguig. It's like the
Right.
first world country in the Philippines, sort of
First
first
world,
world
like the green
city.
belt area?
No, that's Makati for sure, but across the street from there is BGC, across EDSA is BGC. Anyway, a couple of days ago, maybe 4 days ago, the Supreme Court finally decided, hey, it belongs to Taguig, okay? And it's a big issue for them, I guess, because it's a rich, affluent city if it's developed, and then so
Right.
now Makati is claiming it or has been claiming it, and then Taguig says no, it's ours. I don't really know the backstory behind it. I just know like the last sentence, which was basically the Supreme Court said it's Taguig, stop fighting over it, and then the thing that they added to the ruling, which I think they already had a ruling before. This one they added to the ruling. It's like this is the last time you guys are gonna be fighting about this. Okay,
Really?
let's move on. Let's move on.
Wow.
In other words, nobody's allowed to bring it up anymore and contest it anymore.
Right. How long has it been
And it's,
going on?
yeah, like about maybe 10 years, I think. There
Just for
was or
territories.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, of course, it's a big deal because of taxes. Who's going to be collecting the taxes? Who owes what? Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then they said, okay, so nobody's going to bring it up anymore. Plus, Makati is going to pay for all the legal damages or legal expenses and everything. So
What?
I think that was interesting. Yeah.
Well, the question there is who's been benefiting on the taxes all those years?
Right. I don't know. Maybe Makati, I think.
Wow.
Maybe that's why they're being asked to be paid. Maybe I could be wrong, but I wanted to bring this up because there's also it's kind of a big deal aside from the taxes there.
Mm.
But um, just on my little knowledge about the way Philippine politics works, little that I know of, you know, when you have like bridges that are not finished or maybe roads that are not done, just like it usually happens anywhere. Like here, there's some part here where an intersection here that I think needs a not a stoplight, but maybe a roundabout. Maybe they need to build something to like figure something out about the intersection. It's a heavy intersection, major intersection, but nothing to mitigate the traffic.
Right.
Anyway, what I'm saying is these unfinished bridges or these intersections that are not efficient, usually it's because it's in the middle, it's in between two cities.
Right.
Because like that's not ours, it's yours, it's your problem. And then the other side also says it's not ours, it's
Yeah.
yours, it's your problem.
So like
So
that bridge, the bridge is probably in between Taguig and Makati, right?
no, there's nothing unfinished there. Like everything is, fixed
Oh, I see.
because it's such a pretty place. But it just I don't know if it's connected, but my brain kind of connects it in a sense that when it's something ugly, when it's something ugly, they don't want to finish it. They want to blame the other side. On the flip side, on this one, it's so pretty and fixed, and everybody wants to claim it because it's so nice.
Right. Right. Nobody wants an ugly thing.
And this one, everybody wants a pretty thing because a lot of good taxes. It's like the most developed. A lot of foreigners actually compare it to Singapore, which I think I would agree.
Well, it's actually funny that you bring that up. The first thing I wanted to talk about, it says right there,
What's that?
uh, foreigners becoming migrators,
Yeah,
settling in BGC.
yeah. It's funny. We've been watching a lot of Bang Bros, Bang Bros.
We all know
Uh,
what you were watching last night, huh?
no, 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 no. I swear to God, I haven't been watching anything like that. It's just like that name has just stuck in my head.
Sure. It's okay. It's okay, I
Not
mean,
not saying that I've never seen, but the marketing has just the branding has just worked on my head. So Passport Bros, we've been watching so much, or I've been watching it on our FlipSide YouTube channel.
right.
That all the stuff that anything that I watch from there is like foreigner related.
Exactly. It's popping up in the feeds too all the time. That's why I've been watching it too. But I was
Yeah. So
actually doing a little bit of research on that, how a lot of foreigners, the first thing that's really told to them is about BGC, right? So and
mm,
these foreigners that turn into migrators, they end
mm,
up, majority of them settling
mm,
in
mm.
BGC.
You know, BGC, I was just thinking is like the China, the cups that you have that you never use as a family, only when there's
Correct.
visitors.
And that in the nice cupboard.
Yeah, that's what BGC is to me. It's nice, but I don't get to go there unless I have to something really important to do.
Why?
Because it's far and I'm always usually underdressed for it. I feel like I need to get dressed up for when I go to BGC.
It does look like it's not
like
Philippines though. BGC.
like like I can't go there with this shirt on.
Oh my God. I thought you threw that away already, man.
Like they're gonna kick me out. See, can't wear slippers walking around there. Although I love hanging out there to run. It's a good place to run.
Right, right. It is actually. It's one of the it's one of the biggest activities in BGC. I was reading about that.
Mm.
What's his
And
face is a good
they got a
example.
bro, they got a couple of parks there that are like, what the am I in the Philippines? It's like we don't have parks in the Philippines, and that's what I used to complain about. How being in the Philippines, there are usually no like they don't like prioritize parks.
Right, right.
The parks there are really nice. Again, like a different country. Oh, but can I just segue? When I was in Cebu, there's a really nice park under the bridge. There's a new bridge now.
A
I
park
forget what
under
it.
the bridge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a cool park under the. It's like I guess like Brooklyn Bridge. You know how there's like a little walkway underneath, like a little park.
Yeah, yeah. I
Same,
was about to say that.
kind of the same idea. But I've never been on the new bridge, so that's not the one that I'm talking about. I'm talking
What's the
about
area called?
so now there's three bridges: the old bridge, the new bridge, and the really new bridge that just came up like maybe a year ago. What's the area called?
Yeah, called
The one that I like.
Fuente Osmeña. That's what it's
No,
called.
no, 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 no. On the other side. On the other side of on the
Cordova.
Mactan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. On the other side, on the Mactan side. So
Oh,
there's
I
no
don't know.
Cordova. Cordova side is the new bridge.
Right.
From the city of Cebu to the new bridge. You know what's interesting about Cebu? I love it there. It's like everything is like near the water.
Yeah.
Um, there's Cebu, Cebu City, Cebu Island, and then there's Mactan Island, which is part of Cebu, but it's called Mactan Island. That's where the airport is. That's where the beach resorts are that are nearby, and that's where my dad used to live before. That's why I ended up visiting there. And then when my dad retired, I was like, I'm gonna go live there one day, and I did. Like 10 years after his retirement, I ended up living there for three,
That's
four
when you were scuba
years.
diving, right? Over there.
Yeah, yeah, 4 years, 10, 15 years after his retirement.
It's funny
But
that you mentioned that. That's actually the second place where a lot of foreigners migrate to in the Philippines.
oh, really? So
Yeah.
from BGC, it's either that or
It,
Cebu.
yeah, the number two not population, what do you call that? Where they migrate to?
Mm,
Well,
mm,
the
mm,
number two place that they most foreigners populate to when they
mm,
migrate to the Philippines is actually Cebu, which was surprising to read. It's in the Visayas region to begin with,
mm, mm.
and the number one language there is Bisaya.
Right, right.
So, but it's
Funny.
interesting that you said that.
I have a friend that moved to Manila, American. He took like Tagalog classes, and then
Why guy?
when we started traveling around, he was like, "Oh, I really like it here in Bisaya, or in Visayas, or in Cebu, like that Bohol." But he's like, "But I'm taking the wrong Filipino lessons. I'm taking Tagalog. I should be taking Bisaya." Which is true because all the places that we like are all in Visayas.
Bisaya. Well, but they can speak, they can understand Tagalog to begin with.
Ah,
Yeah. Whoa.
that is a something to talk about.
Why is that?
When I moved there, uh, they were like, how should I say this? No, nabubulo sila sa Tagalog. They don't actually like speaking Tagalog. There's a way that Bisaya is spoken that like all the la 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 la, pu 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 pu, like you know how the all the repetitive pu 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 out of all the syllables that I could think of. They don't the Bisaya tongue doesn't like the repetitive syllables in Tagalog, so they get bulol.
Right, 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 right.
So in a lot of ways, it's like they'd rather, and then they're so much better in English
That's
in
true.
than
That
they
I
are than they are here in Manila. Actually,
Right. I did notice that from like the number of videos that I've seen. For some
mm,
odd reason, they're more versed in English. It's more straight
mm,
ba, you know.
that's right. And then when I speak English here in Manila, straight English, I'm more embarrassed. Maybe it's just me, but I'm more embarrassed to speak English here in Manila than I am in Cebu. If I speak English in Cebu, they know that I'm Filipino, but they're probably thinking, oh, maybe he's just a foreigner or something. And they're very accepting of the idea that you could be a foreigner, and they're.
Mm, mm.
But here, it's like nandito tayo sa Pilipinas, but hindi ka na lang mag-Tagalog. We're in the Philippines. Why don't you speak Tagalog if you know how to speak Tagalog? So there's
Well,
no, there's no like it's hard to maybe for the few people that I'm connected with here in the Philippines, not the few people, but the some of the people that I'm connected with, the friends that I have here, they're like,
right.
Tagalog ka na lang, nahihirapan kami. Parang it's like nosebleed if you speak in English. So I'm a little bit embarrassed.
Well,
When I
so
was,
Manila is kind of known for being of a snobby city, though.
which is another thing. So
Am I
when I
hitting
was,
bullet points here?
when I was in Cebu, it's like I kind of had like a culture shock in the sense like, why are you here? Like, who are you running away from? Are you running away from an ex-girlfriend or a past life? Like, why would someone from Manila come to Cebu? That was like their number one question. Like and then all it was so annoying. It was almost like saying, why don't you just go back? Why don't you just stay in Manila? We don't like Manileños coming
You're destroying our country or our city.
to and then as it turns out, there's like a sort of a deep rooted animosity between Manila and Cebu because a lot of it is also like, oh, hey, it's vacation. I was in Cebu, right? Why don't we go to Boracay? And then they're like, why am I going to go to Boracay? Everybody from Manila is going to Boracay. We're going to go to some other place where it's
Right,
quiet
right.
and people from Manila don't go to, like a secret island that we don't want to tell you about.
Right.
Because back in the days, there was a typhoon that happened. Like, if there's a typhoon in Manila, like all the resources or everything gets thrown into Manila, right?
Right.
But when something there was a typhoon that happened like in the late 90s, I think, or early 2000 in Cebu, where the funds for the resources or the rescue calamity funds, they weren't helped. It was like help yourself. We have our own problems here in Manila, sort of kind of thing. They
You
took
mean
it.
Cebu was not helped by Manila?
Yeah, so it was like, you know what, we're gonna do our own thing. So a lot of it also, I'll just skip over that. But a lot of it also is like, if we want to move up, why move to Manila? No, would rather be OFWs and go to a different country
Right.
than move up. Like a lot of people like Manila. The way I think of it, it's like we think of ourselves as the New York of the Philippines. Like, it's like where everything happens,
Wow. Okay.
right? But that's just us. That's just Manila thinking of itself.
Right.
but
But that's the
but
thing
if
though.
you're
That's how it is there. In Manila, almost always thinks about Manila.
only, yeah.
Yes.
But if you're in Cebu, it's like, no, Manila is like Florida to us. We don't want to go there.
Right, right,
or
right.
or some state or place that everybody thinks that it's happening, but for us, no, we don't want to go there.
From
Not
from
necessarily.
from what I've
Only if we have
gathered,
to.
from like watching all these videos and whatnot online or especially on YouTube, right? All these other
Mm,
places in Manila, besides Manila, like maybe Baguio,
mm,
Cebu, Katiil, Davao, and all that stuff, they seem to be like, well, they're their own places, right?
mm,
But in comparison to how it is here, they're considered like the suburbs and
mm.
Manila being the big city,
Yeah.
or
Well,
or obviously the countryside of the outsides and whatnot.
because government is there and everything. But for
Right.
on the other side, the side that I experience, it's like basta they like people in Manila kind of look down on people that speak Bisaya or that don't know how to speak Tagalog or don't know how to speak English, which Bisaya or Cebuanos or
What?
anyone from
Say that
Visayas,
again. People in Manila look down on people that speak Bisaya.
yeah, like it's like we have our own world. Maybe not a lot, maybe
Right,
not.
right, right, right.
But so there's this unwritten rule or nobody really I think talks about it, but there's like a bit of an insecurity between the two sides. Even Mindanao and Bisaya, right? And then you go to Manila, which is Luzon.
It seems like Bisaya is the predominant um dialect
Yeah,
that's spoken in the Philippines.
yeah,
I mean,
yes,
obviously, I wouldn't know, but
bro. If you're a foreigner, if you already know how to speak English, you're good. But if you want to learn a Filipino language, just learn Bisaya. It's
yeah,
easier. I think it's easier than Tagalog.
no way.
I
I,
think. I think.
I used to not be able. So I used to not be able to understand Bisaya. I don't understand it completely yet. Okay,
Oh,
but in the past 10 years that I've been with my wife, I've kind of learned to understand Bisaya. I still can't speak it for the life of me. You know what I mean?
oh, oh,
But I can catch on to what the conversation's happening. You know what I mean?
oh, oh,
Um,
oh.
like before, a good example is before they'd be talking about me, I don't understand, but eventually I learned and caught on to what they're talking about. So now they
Mm.
can't even talk, or my wife doesn't really talk in Bisaya around me anymore to anybody because she has an idea or an inkling that I understand a lot of it.
Is there? not racism, but is there some kind of animosity or awkwardness when you meet someone that's like from the South there?
Here,
Like, like, yeah, my mother ran,
yeah,
where,
I mean, I don't think it's animosity, but one thing I've noticed, a lot of the people in the South really hate Northerners. I don't
okay,
know if they hate them or they look down on them. I'm not sure,
right.
but there's
I
some
think
kind of animosity to it.
I think that's where we're at. So, but do Northerners look down on Southerners?
Yeah. Oh yeah. As much as they want to, they don't think or admit to it.
Uh,
There's some kind of like belittling. The
yeah,
Northern
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
gives a belittling feeling,
yeah,
or what's the
yeah.
word I'm looking for here? But you know what I'm trying to say.
But you know what I think it comes down to? For me, as someone from Manila, I think we're just jealous. We're just jealous. We have the government here, we have BGC here, we have SM here. But the truth is we're just jealous. We don't have the beaches here.
Right, right.
That's I think that's what it is. And then the people in Visayas, and then maybe the people in Luzon with them on the mountains, the Cordillera side, the mountain province side, they're like, we got the mountains. We know
Right,
you like it here.
right, right.
But Manila people are just jealous. And then the people in Cebu and Bisaya, they're like, we're cool. We got the beaches here. You guys can stay there. Don't
Right,
need
right.
no need to come to Cebu. Just stay at BGC. Just stay at your SM and your cool mall.
Well,
Well,
that's what the other, I guess I don't know how it is now, but it seems like back then a lot of people from the provinces are really venturing out to Manila for a better job, supposedly. You know what I mean?
right, right.
A better future.
Which was what I thought. But they're like, no, I'd rather move to another country than move to Manila. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean it's happening as we speak. There's so many people that are migrating out. So many. Oh, my sister-in-law did the exact same thing just a little bit over a year ago. She's in Bahrain
Mm,
now as
mm.
a makeup artist or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Um.
So yeah, if I was a foreigner in my own country, if I could right now, I would rather live in somewhere in Visayas actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I could, yeah.
Yeah. I'm really like my wife's in from and grew up and lived in one of the most beautiful towns in the Philippines, in Siargao. Siargao
Mm,
or Surigao? Siargao.
yeah.
Um.
Oh, so just a second. And
Yeah.
I want to quantify that. If you're the type that likes to go, like the New York type, metropolitan type of person, go ahead, live in Manila all you
Right.
want.
Right.
And if you don't mind the traffic and all the stuff is happening here, but is it happening here? That's the question. Is it happening here? It just so happens that all the buildings, the government is here and that kind of thing.
Right.
But I
Right.
think for everything else, or for whatever the Philippines is known for, quote unquote, known for the beaches and the relaxed tropical atmosphere,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's not in Manila for sure.
Right.
So,
On the flip
um,
side, here on the flip side, it's still the same where people like younger generations that are growing up and all that stuff are catching on to how it was back then, where everybody, even the people that live in the small towns, are still trying to get out of the small town and get into the big city like New York, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, et cetera, et cetera. You know,
mm,
it's still the
mm,
same. Um, and then my generation, the older generation, now we're all thinking, you know what? It's time to try to get out of here, go to the smaller cities, the smaller states, or the more calmer,
mm,
slower lifestyle, so to speak.
mm.
And
Yeah,
I guess
especially with
it's
the internet and everything, that your leash is a little
right,
longer.
right, exact. That's a good way of putting it. Your internet leash is longer,
Mm.
or your Wi-Fi leash.
It's funny. When I was in Cebu, Cebu, Bohol, when I got back to Manila, I felt so refreshed. And I just realized, because I didn't have much internet, or back then, mobile data was such a difficult thing for me to get or for me to bother getting
Right. Right.
because I was offline basically for 2
Is
weeks, a
it
month.
is it equating to being offline though, or is it just the environment itself that's actually made you feel that way?
Both,
You know what I mean?
both, because I was too busy scuba diving or I was in the water,
Right.
which I didn't bother about, internet connection or posting that's why I
Right.
never got into the social media thing. Because when it was popping off, like in 2007 when YouTube started, I posted a couple of videos because I was making videos.
Right. Right.
But it was that time of my life where I was just too busy being in the beach trying to get dark.
Still didn't
Trying to
work, by the way.
Still didn't work, but I was offline. I was more now that I'm more at home with like 120 Mbps on my Wi-Fi. I'm more stressed now.
Right. Right.
I was
That's
just like,
exactly excuse me. It's funny that you say that because that's exactly what I've been trying to tell you about why my wife and I are really thinking about wanting to move to Florida. You know what I mean?
because the internet is slower there.
No, the same feeling that you got, the relaxed, the simple, not
Mm.
completely simple, but the lack of stress that you felt while you were living in Cebu and being disconnected from the day-to-day rush is the exact same feeling that my wife and I get when we go down to Florida. I don't know if it has anything to do or equate to being in Florida as the place itself, or is it because of the fact that we're just not in our day-to-day routine? Does that make sense?
It's 100% for me knowing that the water is just right there. It's
Well,
like knowing that I could just jump off.
right,
It's like a relax. There's an escape. There's an exit door. But knowing here, there's nothing. If I run that way, it's land. If I run that way, like anywhere I run, it's land and it's
you have a
hot.
canal to jump into instead of the beach.
There's no escape. The fact that the knowing that there's no escape is what's stressing me out.
Right, right.
And then
No, I understand.
and then internet, always connected. You're like, what am I going to post today, or what am I going to look at, or am I getting all my feed? Am I reading everything that I'm supposed to be reading?
Right, right.
Ah, and
It's
then
you're getting caught up,
FOMO is in your face.
right?
Even if you're trying to get away from thinking that way. But maybe there's one more. Maybe there's one more video that you need to watch,
Right, right.
or maybe one more article that you need to read.
I give my wife a hard time all the time about the fact that she's always on her phone, right?
Mm,
Um, and the reality of the reality of things is, and I'm sure she sees this. I'm not really sure, but I'm so sure she's listening to what I'm saying right now because she's literally she's right behind in front of me behind the TV playing a video game. So, but
mm,
I give her a hard time a lot of times and like joke around like you're on your phone too much. But honestly, so am I.
mm,
You know, and
mm, mm,
it's annoying. So every time we get a chance to get out of town, it 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 just the sigh of relief is felt throughout my
mm,
body at least. Here's a good okay. I'm gonna go a little red tag here or something. My youngest daughter Aria, um,
mm.
it took a long time to conceive her. I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Like it's not like it took a long time to. It took a long time for her to be put together, basically, right?
Okay.
Almost a little bit over 2 years, actually. We tried for a little bit over 2 years, and
Because one of you guys was on the phone while. Okay. What about it?
like swiping while
Right.
no, oh, these dumbass. That's a good one. That's a good one. No, because and I keep thinking like I started getting worried. Am I just not capable? I know
Mm,
she's okay because she's had two kids, and I got worried. But one time we went to the beach. We spent a week vacation at the beach in North Carolina,
mm,
South Carolina. This
mm,
place called Outer Banks. Kid you
mm,
not, it's like an island to itself where I was so relaxed. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
that's how my daughter was made. My body was like completely
Mm.
relaxed that I was so stressed out and pent up and all that stuff that I wasn't able to, make a baby. It was affecting me. And I got
Mm.
scared. I thought I was having some issues. And then just being away from my day-to-day grind and just being relaxed, boom. All of a sudden, we're pregnant.
So quiet that if you scream, nobody's going to hear you.
Yeah. Well,
Christine, I also call at the attention of my girlfriend. Or like, you're always on your phone.
right.
Yeah, but I'm selling something. I'm making money. You have a problem with that?
she
So okay, 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 okay,
she
okay,
got every right.
okay. She's paying for the parking today, so I'm okay.
There you go.
No comment. Go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead. You need a battery? You need a power bank?
Do you need a longer charger? Longer
Yeah.
charger?
So
That's pretty funny.
I'm up for her being on her phone all the time if she wants to.
Right, right. I wish see, that's the thing though. That's the one thing. I know my wife's gonna hear this again and she's gonna be probably pissed off or whatever. My wife's got all these amazing ideas, like how to do stuff on the phone and try to make some side hustles,
Mm.
but she just does not have the drive to do it. I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah, that's the
Some
thing. Like
people just have it and some people, don't. I know I don't have all of it. So
I feel guilty knowing that you can make money, but I don't because it's
that's
not my thing. That's
that's
the
what I'm
thing that
saying.
I am getting annoyed about. It's like that guilt that you could be making money, but you're not.
Right, right.
Like
You gotta try
on
though.
you're leaving money on the table, but
Right,
you're not.
right,
Yeah, but
right.
I'm not like I don't like being on my phone. Like I really like I don't.
Well, you
But
realize this is what I learned this the hard way too. What you're doing on your phone, you can do on your tablet or your laptop or your desktop.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
do it.
I do. And then I'm
Okay,
also
good.
on my computer. But
Right,
whatever,
right.
like anything well, okay, we're going to get into a different topic here, but the thing is the way I see it, if it's not producing or doing something, either I'm uploading a video or editing a video or at least learning something or consuming something meaningful. If I never like just scroll like looking for something interesting. I no, I'm guilty of that. But I try
Yeah.
not to.
I mean, let's be
I'm
honest. We can't say that we don't do that because as much as we
yeah,
want to say that our wives or our better halves do that all the time, we do it too, though.
yeah, of course. I'm equally guilty. I think what I'm just getting at is that guilt that you really shouldn't have anyway, or it's better not to have if you
Like how much time you're spending on it.
yeah, because you're trying to be quote unquote productive. Like, oh, I'm just fixing something, whatever. Because you can do everything and anything on your phone, right? Or
Right.
on or any screen. That's what it was built for, not just for entertainment.
Well, to go back to what I was saying about how my wife and I are on it all the time, though, I have to give us credit when it's deserved. Where when we do realize that and we want to be productive and put our devices down, we get shit done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's just the thing. Just that maybe it equates to what I think what I'm trying to get at is that, it equates to something like Catholic guilt or whatever kind of religion you have that
Catholic
make you
guilt.
feel
How does
so
that? What's the
guilty
connection in that?
that you like you're a sinner. You need to do things to make to cleanse your sins. So
So,
for me,
but
because you've got so much opportunity, a lot of money on the table that you're leaving behind, and you're not making the most of it, and you're busy like consuming whatever's on ABS CBN that doesn't really relate to you or something that you don't really need to know about right now.
something that's completely irrelevant to your life or day-to-day living, right?
Yeah, but you feel again, it circles back to FOMO, feeling of fear of missing out.
Yeah, or is it fear of miss? Is it FOMO or trying to stay relevant? The FOMO.
I think it's FOMO. It's not what's the other one that you said?
Trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, no, definitely not trying to stay relevant. I'm fine not existing.
That's
It's
completely
it's
different. Being relevant and existing is not the same thing.
Wait, what do you mean relevant? You like your personal self, your personal brand is relevant?
No, trying to stay relevant, like meaning being up to date with today's
That's FOMO.
current events or
That's the same thing.
oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I
Trying to stay
guess.
relevant is like, oh, being top of mind, making sure that my friends remember me,
True. Yeah, that's
trying
true.
to like update them with the latest
Well, then,
summer
yeah, that being said,
getaway.
then it could be about that. Maybe it is that being relevant.
Yeah, no, not relevant in the sense that because when you say relevant to me, I'm thinking like uh you gotta like raise your hand or let people know that you had this vacation or you had this trip that you just did.
Hmm.
But I know what you mean, like relevant. You want to be up to date.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, I'm just maybe it's just semantics. But for me, when you say relevant, you're trying to market yourself a certain way.
Mm.
But I know what you mean that you're just relevant to the conversation, like you want to know the latest thing that's happening.
Right. Dave
I think.
Chappelle actually said it best. Um, in his very first Netflix special. I think it's his very first one or the second one. I think it's the first one. He basically said that today's generation is so consumed, or no, today's generation is lacking um, pure and genuine emotions
Mm,
because they are so consumed with all the news and everything being available to them that it's hard for them to already have genuine emotions. Does that make sense? I'm sure I'm butchering it. But I'm
because
gonna.
because
I'm,
there's so much input.
there's so much news happening or situations or things happening all the time, and it's easily accessible that
Mm,
people see everything all the time that they get so immune to it and they're not able to or they don't automatically generate genuine reactions. You know what I mean? Like for example, back
mm,
then, I'm sure you remember when we were in high school during the O.J. Simpson case.
mm,
That was happening live. Remember, they rolled in the big TV, the big
mm,
box
mm,
TV
mm.
in the classroom so that we can watch the case in the
Uh,
classroom.
okay.
Imagine that happening nowadays. That's not going to happen nowadays because it's automatically and readily available in the snap of a finger on your phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's like my son. Well, maybe it doesn't connect, but he's 9. Did you know
Right.
that there's a war in Russia and Ukraine, and people are actually killing each
Shut
other? And they're
up.
like, there is. Oh yeah, I know about that.
Who said that? He did? He was like, he knows about it?
Yeah, he knows about it. I talk about it with him. His mom talks about it with
I
him.
see what you're saying. Well, yeah, that's a good
He,
example.
but to your point, he knows about it, but he's like, nah.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying there? That's exactly what I was trying to say. And that's exactly what Dave Chappelle was trying to say. There's no genuine reaction to it already because it's just like another regular thing, just like with today's shooting. Like the shootings for the school shootings nowadays. Here, yes, they still
Mm,
react to it and whatnot, but it happens so often and people know about it all the time automatically
mm.
that it's just like part of their everyday lives now.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I want to let that sink in for a couple of minutes, but can I mention something for about the stand-up comedians that I've been meaning to talk about with you also as one of
Yeah,
my
sure.
talking points. I've been I've always been into stand-up comedy. I always appreciate that. But with the lack of maybe I'm still stuck with the 90s hip hop, right? So with the lack of like hip hop artists now that I really that to really to really appreciate.
Right.
I'm beginning to feel or think like stand-up comedy now is like what the way I see hip hop artists back then.
What do you mean? Like
Like,
how?
you know how Tupac and Biggie back then, you're like, wow, there's artists or what. But now with I see them in the same
Oh, in the
light, or
same
this,
level, the same light.
like
Like
what are they going to say next, or what's the
right,
next issue that he's going to make art about?
right.
Kind of like maybe Chris Rock. And
Mm,
speaking of which, so there's Chris Rock finally saying something about what happened to him with Will Smith, right?
right, right.
But I forget his name. There's another guy who has, he's like a famous family, famous brother also,
Damon
bro.
Wayans. I mean Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, it's just his name just doesn't roll off my tongue. But the way he did his reaction to the Will Smith slap for me was better than the way Chris Rock did it.
Yeah, you're talking about Marlon Wayans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I agree 110%. But
And the
Chris
way he broke
Rock's
everything down. Yeah.
yeah. Chris Rock's side was really just out of absolute anger though.
Right, right,
But Marlon Wayans' side is literally from a bystander's point of view or like a third
right,
party's point of view.
right, right. So they're not, their perspective is, you can't really compare it with each other. But again, going back to my hip hop point was that like I like this hip hop artist because of the issues and the stuff that he talks about and his angle and his perspective. It's not
Mm,
really just about the music, it was really about the lyrics.
right.
And that's how the way I see stand-up comedians now. It's their perspective and their delivery and how they talk about stuff. That's
They're like rock stars now. It's like as opposed like I know what you're trying to say, like how these artists and rappers and hip hoppers
Yeah,
back then, the way they communicate is there through their music. You
yeah,
know, now they don't really have that as much. And the
yeah.
people that are doing that now are the stand-up comedians,
Mm-mm.
wanting to hear what they want to say next.
And then behind that would be podcasters also.
Yeah, that's true.
But basically, like, I'm always looking for, some kind of artist, or whether it's a videographer, artist, a musician, or even radio DJ that is interesting, but it fills up my FOMO also. you know,
What
like
do you
your
mean?
fear of missing out. You want to find out what's going on and what's their take on it all at the same time, and you want to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
If I just wanted the bland facts, I'd look at the news, but that's not supposedly art, or that's not, stand-up comedy or music. You're just getting the facts. You're just getting the cold facts. But
That's
if
how it is nowadays, though. Like the people are like you're. I think I understand what you're saying. People are trying to get their facts and their news
mm,
through other venues as opposed to actually the news.
yeah, because people like me, I don't want to just get the news, the cold facts. I mean, all due respect with the news is news. But if I don't need it to be so urgent, like whatever happened today or the weather, I can just get it from, let's say, a vlogger, or like what's the latest with Kulas or Commander Daot, or this guy or that guy. Like what's the latest? What's important to them?
Right.
And then so I would just get like the latest quote unquote FOMO topic from either a vlogger or a podcaster, like us,
Mm,
like the stuff that maybe that's important to us, that we like to talk about on the podcast or on an episode or on a vlog or what, because they're intertwining the entertainment, their lives, and then the latest stuff that's happening and that's important also in the news
right.
to their episode or whatever it is that they come up with.
Right.
Versus news is like right at that moment. You need to know this right now. Like here's the
Right.
weather today. Like it would be irrelevant tomorrow.
Right.
That make all any kind of sense?
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying, and it actually goes back and ties back to what we were talking about a few minutes ago about how everything is accessible on our devices, right?
Mm,
Meaning,
mm,
I understand what you're saying, and the funny thing there is these people are not even getting their pure facts through the news anymore. Their
mm,
news is literally on Facebook or YouTube or I mean no not YouTube but TikTok,
mm.
Snapchat and everything. And once they see it right there, it's all of a sudden instant news. And then
Yeah.
everybody comments about it. Everybody has an opinion about it and whatnot.
Funny thing with news, remember, it used to be like 1, 2, 3 minute kind of segments. Now it's like, give it to me in 15 minutes, give it to me in 60 seconds. I don't need to spend the whole 1, 2, 3 minutes finding out about what the president did. It's like, just give it to me in 15 seconds. Just come
Right.
on, just the facts.
Right.
No need for all the extra backstory. And so yeah, that's I would be getting my news from TikTok or any of these short form videos too, if I could.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of it. I see something. I see a lot of. There's the school shooting that happened in Tennessee. I didn't hear about it in the news. I heard about it on Facebook. No, I take
The
it back. I heard it from my wife first, and then the first thing that I did instead of checking the news online,
uh
I
uh
checked Facebook to confirm it. Can you
mm,
imagine?
mm.
It's insane.
Whew. Speaking of Facebook and insane, all the stuff that's have you been following your Senate hearing committees about social media, Facebook, government working together to
No, at first I did. Um, Man, I got tired of it to be honest with you. At first, I really followed it, tried to see, but
yeah.
with what the government's trying to do and always trying to dip their pen in everything,
Mm.
it's crazy.
I think what's more
Granted,
interest
go ahead, go ahead.
I think what's more interesting is that it's not being talked about here at all.
Well, because Philippines is
No,
more.
there's always something. Oh, by the way, in foreign news, this is what's happening in the US, or Trump has been, was elected, or something big like that.
Well,
But here it's like it's not even talked about anymore. So,
okay, so I'm going to comment about this again. All right, no, I'm going to comment about this, and people are probably not going to be happy. But Philippines only broadcast news that has something to do with the Philippines, may it be internationally related or not. If
you
you
think?
watch all the news in the Philippines, like I've watched TV Patrol countless of times, all the time.
Mm,
Um, I've even watched the GMA news a little bit on YouTube.
mm,
If anything is actually mentioned in regards to international affairs whatsoever or what's going on elsewhere,
mm.
one way or the other, it has something to do with the Philippines as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but whatever is happening there in your Senate and the hearing that you guys are going through, um, I think it's got everything to do with the rest of the world, doesn't it?
It does, but it has nothing. There's no direct correlation to the Philippines because the
Like,
Philippines is the Philippines, and they'll do whatever they will do. They'll do anything. I mean, the Philippines will do anything to begin with. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's one of the
mm.
best things about the Philippines because the country's pretty much lackadaisy about things, which is awesome. You know what I mean?
Anyway, that's stressing me out. So whatever. Um,
Huh.
any other bullet points that you have on that handy dandy notebook of yours?
Um, there's quite a number here. Um, uh, but I want to talk about it on the next. Not, I'm not saying we're stopping now, but on the next episode because this
On
is
the
gonna,
next
yeah,
episode.
for sure. Because this one's this particular topic's gonna take a little bit longer. So, but one of the things that I wanted to talk about actually was, well, let me ask you first. How's everything with you? I haven't really talked to you in like that much in like what 3 days since the last episode.
It's refreshing, right? It's like being
Yeah,
offline.
yeah. It's actually nice where I'm actually curious what's going on.
Just the heat. Just the heat. That's the latest news from Noel in the Philippines. The
Well,
heat.
yeah, but we've been talking about that since the last time. How's the new project?
Uh can't really talk much about it. It hasn't been moving yet. We've kind of been waiting on each other. Nah, nothing much. Um, nothing really to talk about except the heat.
Okay.
That's just me. That's
So last on the last episode, we actually broached this subject a little bit. I want
which
to talk
one?
about it a little bit.
What's that?
Groceries.
Oh, what about it?
So you were mentioning that you'll do a grocery, but on a daily basis, you're gonna go to the talipapa still.
Yeah,
Why?
3 or 4 times a week, maybe.
Okay, so it's not like it's every day. You made it
No,
sound like every day, every time you need to cook something, you need to go to talipapa to buy it.
almost, because we try to go because there's some price. I think I mentioned this. Some prices in the talipapa, some of the things in the talipapa are cheaper. Maybe I think vegetables are cheaper here,
Correct. Yeah, you did say that, but why?
or
I,
sometimes calamansi. We just need to run off and get calamansi
so you go on a daily basis? I mean, you don't buy like what you need for the whole week and like put it in the fridge and then
for the
cook it.
little things, like the sudden things. Like all of a sudden, we think of cooking
Right.
chicken, uh, something special, something different, something
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
changed the palate all of a sudden. But
Yeah.
we didn't get it in the grocery, so we get this one special ingredient that we need at the
There's always that
talipapa.
one thing that's missing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We so when we do groceries, well, first of all, my wife gets annoyed at me about this again. Again, she gets annoyed.
Plus,
When
it's 5 blocks away, bro.
that's not that bad.
Exactly.
That's not that bad. I mean, it's like what, 5 minute ride?
Yeah, but it takes me half an hour to get ready.
Oh, for
Maybe 15
crying
minutes
out.
to get ready.
Well, plus I can't imagine having to lug all those groceries in the motorcycle.
Yeah, which it's happened that I had to go back twice. But anyway, what's your point?
Yeah,
What do you
no,
want to
no,
get
no,
to?
no. Well, it's like a whole debacle when I go grocery shopping. All right. One thing, most of the time I do it myself. Okay. So I'll ask my wife, hey, do you want oh hello? Hi. Taking.
Is
Are
she
you taking?
hiding?
She's stealing my hat. She likes to wear my hat.
That's so cute.
So she steals my hat and like runs away. Let me see. Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Now you're being shy? Come here. No, okay, never mind. Cool. Thanks. All right, I'm recording. Um, my son just came
Gross.
home from work. So grocery shopping. And then two,
Don't forget to close the garage
did you close the garage? Okay, yeah, he closed it. Good.
and the windows, the doors to the car.
Did you close the window in the cars? Yes, okay, good. So
I'm concerned.
I'm a little bit older now and I tend to forget things a lot now. Not like forget, but I can't remember all the stuff that they'll ask me to do sometimes or get, right? I have a thing too. When she tells me to get something, it's like she'll tell me what it is, right? But come on, say hi real quick. Come here. You want to say hi? Okay. Say hi.
That's so cool. She's wearing your hat backwards.
Yeah, she's always wearing my hat. Say hi. Say hi, Noel. Hi, Noel. How are you? You just licked my mic. Okay, go. Go. Dad's doing stuff. Anyway, sorry about that. So like she'll tell me to get something, right? For example, she'll tell me to grab mascara. Or You have
Mascara.
your headphones. You do have your own headphones. Okay, go to normal for now. Go to normal. Come on. Sorry, hold on.
That's cool.
You want to
There's a
show?
ribbon. There's a ribbon on her headphones. Where's your ribbon, Jason?
Okay,
Hello.
check the mic, Joe. Okay, good. Okay.
The strawberry flavor,
Yeah. What is that?
peanut
Chip.
butter
Oh,
flavor.
barbecue flavor chips. Pringles.
So if it's stuff that's not yours, if it doesn't concern you, you forget about it. If it's in the grocery.
No. No, I'll forget anything, may it be mine or not. The
Oh.
point is, sometimes they lack details on what kind of stuff to get for them, right? Like I don't
Mm,
mind. Like I'll go to the store and buy feminine products for them. I don't care. I'll buy tampons, pads, whatever. I'll do
right,
it.
right.
It doesn't
Details
bother
in
me.
terms of what? Like,
Like what kind, specific brand, because on
uh,
so many occasions, they'll
mm,
tell me to pick up something. For example, can you pick up this mascara? Right?
mm.
I'll go to the store and get it for them and come
And
back.
there's
Like,
15 different variations.
yeah, it's not the right shade. It's not the right brand. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So now I tell them to be specific to me. But
Uh-huh.
instead of just telling me by text or texting it to me so I remember,
Mm,
I'll tell my wife, text me a picture of it so that I
right.
know the exact same thing I'm getting.
Yeah.
And she gets annoyed by it.
Why?
But because it's a lot of work. You gotta Google it, you
Oh,
gotta a screenshot it and then send it to me.
gosh.
Yeah. So that's the one thing because I want to be sure that I'm getting the right thing. Right.
Okay.
And then the second thing there's like there's multiple stores that I go to when I go grocery shopping. I didn't just go to one store. It gets kind of annoying and a hassle. Like I'll go to Costco. I'll go to Costco and buy the big stuff. Cases of
Okay.
water, toilet paper, rice,
I'm
whatever.
thinking, why would you do that? And I'm thinking, oh, because you got a truck. That's why. Because it's
Well,
fun loading stuff around. I
it
would do
has
that too.
it has
I,
nothing to do with having a truck or not. Even I was driving the small car, I'd still go to those places.
okay. And then, so you go to
What?
different places.
So I go to different places. So it's like a whole debacle just doing groceries. Sometimes doing grocery takes me about 3-4 hours because I'm
One
going from
plate.
one. No.
Oh, okay.
Total. So
Okay,
I'll
okay.
go to like 2 or 3 places at a time.
Okay.
Like the regular staple places that I would go to is Costco, Walmart, and the Asian restaurant called Lotte.
Okay.
Lotte. It's like
Lot.
yeah, that's like a Korean restaurant, like Asian restaurant.
Okay.
Um, I'll buy the big stuff, like I said, like cases of water, toilet paper, paper towels, rice, um, cereals, or whatever at Costco. You know Costco, right? They have Costco in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Philippines. Yeah.
No. We don't. But we have one like that. It's called SNR.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah.
Mm,
So second place, like I said, I'll go to is Walmart.
mm.
That's a whole debacle. My wife doesn't really like going to Walmart. She's a little snobbish of Walmart. Do you know Walmart? Are you familiar?
It's where the poor people go.
Supposedly. But the things that are sold in Walmart, you can buy at Target.
Ah, okay.
You know Target, obviously. Not
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
knows
yeah.
Target. Okay. They sell the exact same thing at the same place. It's just Target is nicer
Mm.
and they cost more.
Hold on, real quick. Are any of those places like membership shopping?
Costco is.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it
Costco.
wasn't familiar with you guys what membership shopping is. So there
No.
is,
Yeah.
it's not a new
Costco.
thing.
No,
Okay,
it's
okay.
not. Well, Costco is the only place, or Sam's Club.
Okay.
But
Because that's
Walmart
what,
and Target are pretty open where anybody can come and go. But Costco,
okay.
you need to have a membership.
That's what SNR is. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So at Walmart, I like going to Walmart because it's cheaper
Mm.
and that's where I get like the canned goods, paper plates, laundry soap, whatever.
Mm-mm-mm.
But my wife doesn't like going to Walmart. She likes to go to Target.
Mm-mm-mm.
Target is like you can buy anything at Walmart in Target, but for some reason it just costs more. I don't know why it costs more at Target. Well, I'll give it to Target.
Because everything is there. But with all
It's
the stuff that you
cleaner.
mentioned,
Yeah.
with all the stuff that you mentioned, you guys don't have anything that's close to like talipapa there, right?
No, no, there isn't.
Mm.
You'd have to go to a grocery store for anything here. And it depends on what you're looking for.
Mm.
Um, the grocery game here is crazy. there's there's the Giants grocery, there's Harris Teeter, there's different
Mm.
classes and whatnot. And
Mm.
Trader Joe's, but I'm going out of tangent here a little bit, but I'm going out of place here. But um as I was saying, my wife likes to go to Target, and I guess it's cleaner. The people that goes there looks more normal as opposed to the people that go to Walmart, you know.
Mm. Mm.
But every time we go to Target, if I'm expecting to spend $50, $150 later, for some reason at Target, I'm not kidding. And it's
Mm.
always, 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 always at Target. I don't know why. Every time we go
Because
into that place, I'll go in for one thing, right? I
because
could
they're
buy,
older, they got the name and they have everything. That's what you're paying
well,
for.
yeah, but it's the same thing. Walmart has the exact same thing. But my point is, I don't do that at Walmart, but at Target, for some reason, I guess they present it nicer and whatnot. Target is a lot more organized. Yes, I think that's one of
Mm.
the selling factor because it's
Mm.
easier to
Mm.
find stuff. You can actually see things clearer because of the
Mm.
way they strategize their shelvings and all that stuff.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
But I'll go to Target just to buy milk, and if I go to Target to buy milk, I'm gonna walk out with milk, eggs, a DVD
Mm.
movie, some kind of Lego set or toy or whatever, you know.
DVD.
Well, whatever.
Oh,
I mean,
what
this
do
is
you
back
mean
then.
DVD? Are you in 2004?
my point, my point is, if you go to Target for one thing, you're gonna walk out with five. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and there's always, always, always something. But at
Yeah.
Walmart, although I
Wait,
think, sorry, go
bro,
ahead.
you go to all these 3, 4 places all in one day. Why
Yeah,
don't you make it like Monday Target day, Tuesday is Costco day,
then I'd be
like
going back
not
and forth. Why am I gonna go back and forth in multiple days? And if I can just do it all in one day, in one morning, in 4 hours,
right.
you know what I mean?
I like to spread out my errands during the week.
I
I don't want to
wish I
just do it
could, but
all
I
in one
can't.
day.
But at Walmart, we'll buy like the regular necessities or the canned goods or paper plates or paper utensils, plastic utensils, or laundry detergents, etc., etc.
Yeah.
After that, we'd head over to the Asian store. Like I said, the one called Lotte.
Mm.
So at Lotte, that's where we would buy the meats and the vegetables, and of course
Okay.
all your Filipino products, like food wise.
Uh.
It's just cheaper for some reason. I mean, we could buy bigger bulks of meat and vegetables at
Yeah.
Costco, but
You
it,
should
it
you
it's
should
just
put
gonna get
together
wasted.
you should put together a map or like you sound like you're talking about some like really secret technique. Like you should put it together and then come up with like an online course. This is how you do grocery
this,
shopping in Virginia.
this is how you should do your groceries. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that'd be
And you
pretty
could
interesting.
you could find out all the nitty-gritty details about the way I do grocery shopping through my online course. Only for $1.99, you could.
I'll show you the ins and outs. No, but that's actually pretty cool with Target though. Over here, I don't know if it's the stores in the Philippines are the same, but at Target, you can download the store app, right? Target, and if
Uh,
you search something, you search it like maybe if you're specific, like on what kind of you're looking for, maybe
Toilet paper.
yeah, or Johnson and Johnson shampoo, whatever.
Right.
It will tell you what aisle to go to and what
Oh,
shelf.
Sweet.
And then if you're gonna get lost and you don't know where that is, there's actually a virtual map where you follow.
Nice.
It's kind of cool. You just like follow it like that. But then again, you look like an idiot walking around Target, like, I gotta turn left here at the
Mm,
grocery store. But
yeah.
but knowing that it's it's like that, it's good. And then plus the good thing with almost every store here, you can search their store app to see if they have that specific product. And if they don't have it at that particular store, you can search it and it'll tell you what closest store has it, basically.
That's efficient. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's what I'll give that to Target because Walmart does not have that. Well, no, they'll tell you what aisle, but it doesn't have the
Mm.
3D map like Target does. And then
3D map.
yeah, I told you.
Wow. No, you
There's a
told me that
3D.
there's a map, but you didn't. I thought it was 2D. I didn't know that there was.
I don't
It
know,
was.
it's like a 3D. It's like a virtual thing where shells would like pop up on your app and whatnot. It's kind of cool, actually.
Wow.
Um, and then the Asian store, like I said, that's where we buy the all the vegetables because they're cheaper by the smaller bundles. I guess the Asian stores here, they're kind of like the talipapa in the Philippines, where they can
Mm,
buy like one or two piece as opposed to big bundles.
yeah.
And that's where we buy all the Filipino snacks as well at the Asian store. Although Filipino snacks, not Filipinos, the Filipino snacks are pretty cheap here. But the Filipino section where they have the polvoron, the ensamadas,
Mm.
the
Those are like delicacies already. I'm just talking about calamansi and mongo and
they don't
just
have
like
calamansi here.
regular everyday items that you might need for
Yeah.
like garlic and onions.
Well, yeah, you can get that at the grocery at the Asian store here. You can get bundles of it at the regular grocery stores.
Mm,
But if you want to buy like only multiple pieces or whatnot, or
mm.
just one, you have to go to the Asian store.
And plus, this talipapa everyday thing is just part of our, get out of the house every day kind of routine. It's
Right,
just
right.
it's also a good excuse for us to get out of the house because I'm like cooped up in this office or
Or
just
or Christine's in the kitchen all the time.
need to get the stand up and walk around, get some fresh air kind of thing.
Right, right.
Because sometimes if that's the opposite, like my brain's like, oh, we're going out on Friday or Saturday to visit my son or what, that's the whole day, 4 a.m. to like 9 p.m. we're out on the road.
Wow.
So it's such a big
Yeah.
expedition kind of
That's
day.
way too much. And plus it makes it harder for you since you're on a motorcycle.
Yeah, and like I was texting you the other day, it gets pretty expensive when you're out on the road doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the latest.
Well,
There's a couple of things that I already mentioned, I think, in previous episodes, though. But right now they extended the registration for prepaid SIM cards to like April 26th.
yeah, yeah,
And
you
it's
mentioned
funny
that one.
because we're trying to register the SIM card and the online website or the app that they advertise to use to register your SIM card is not working.
Right.
So it's like, okay,
Did you get
whatever.
yours done or what?
And then they're making commercials about, okay, this is the date, and then if you don't do it, your SIM card is going to die. They're trying to
Scare you to
scare
do it?
us scare us into doing it. But when you open the app, we're like, you're scamming us, guys, because it
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't even work. I
Hey,
mean, even if we did want to follow the instructions, it's not. What's up?
the one thing I wanted to ask as well is so your videos, especially your motorcycle videos,
Oh,
why are they are they out of sequence? Like they're not like
you mean,
chronological?
yeah, and the ones that are coming out now are like 2-3 months behind.
That's why I get lost. I mean, I know
Oh
you're
yeah.
just I know you're just on a motorcycle, but I noticed like in some videos where you're like talking to Christine that it's like, hold on, that's
Moving
old.
back to Manila, yeah.
Yeah, type of thing, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna run out like in May. It's it's all scheduled to come out all up until May because I just wanted to like I've been shooting so much motorcycle videos, so those are like I wanted to get rid of those off of my hard drive.
Mhm.
So, but I couldn't just like upload and publish everything all at once. So I edited everything all at once, and then
Schedule it.
I'm scheduling it or releasing them like once, twice a week, so that it doesn't
Right.
so that there's something coming out.
Right.
But incidentally, it's funny that you mentioned that. I keep forgetting to say this. If you guys want to see my motorcycle riding channel, I think it's Noel de la Rosa Rides or something like. I keep changing the titles, but I think I'll stick with that for now. Um, it's the ride going, or last week it just finished uploading the ride going up to Baguio, 250 kilometers north
I haven't
to
seen
go up
that one.
to Baguio. It's like on a playlist, Las Piñas to Baguio playlist,
Got it.
where all like 9, 10, 11, 12 hours of riding, uncut, no music,
Wow.
uncut, no music. If you have
I
nothing better to
actually like
do,
that better, where there's no music for some reason, because I can hear everything, like the background noises, the
yeah, you want
jeeps
to
or
hear
buses. Yeah.
the street sound. And what's
Yeah.
awesome about the camera that I'm using, there's no, well, there is sometimes, but there's hardly any
Right. Right.
wind noise.
I noticed that because I'm like thinking to myself, that sounds really clear because he's driving and the wind's going against him.
Yeah. So there. So the playlist for all the rides going up to Baguio and some of the rides
Right.
after that also. The ones that I'm sharing with you now, they're like private videos that I just shot like yesterday or
Right. Right.
whatever. But those are private. Those are not because I don't
Got
want,
it.
the public to see where I live and the neighborhood and that kind of thing. But
Well, yeah, I kind of figured that. But the videos, I was just wondering, like, it's off sequence. That's kind of
yeah,
yeah.
I wonder if
Um,
anybody watches those videos because I don't. I don't even watch my own stuff. But I'm sure if you really wanted to like look for something in kung intrigera ka or marites or what, you'll find something there intriguing about that me and Christine talk about on the motorcycle because we're shouting at each other, right?
right,
Because you could hear it and we can't like whisper because we don't have microphones on, so we're shouting at each other on the microphone, and like
right,
every now and then you'll hear us talk about stuff, you
right.
know. But I
There's this
don't
one
bother.
episode where you got startled by you're about to cross to the other side, and then there's like a motorcycle that just crossed out of nowhere.
And I'm like, ah,
You're like, what the? And then, oh, did you see that? I didn't
yeah,
even see that. Nagulat ako.
yeah. So I don't even bother cutting those off anymore because
Yeah,
it's like, who watches this? But if anybody does watch, those are the more raw. Those
right,
are the
right.
more raw, yeah, street sounds of the Philippines and a couple of people on the motorcycle kind of videos because I don't
Right.
really edit them.
You want to give out the name of the site again?
Right now, I think it's NDLR Rides, but I think I'll change it back to Noel de la Rosa Rides just so that it doesn't confuse me. So there's Noel de la Rosa Rides, that's the one on the motorcycle. Noel de la Rosa Eats, that's Christine's cooking channel where she just cooks and I shoot her cooking and I
What?
eat.
Noel de la Rosa eats?
You don't know about that channel?
No, man, you're hiding stuff for me now, man. That's not cool.
Because I haven't been uploading any of the stuff that she's been cooking, but it's scheduled, it's on the calendar. And then there's Noel de la Rosa vlogs. That's but maybe I should change it to Noel de la Rosa main channel. But whatever. It's like it's not a captivating title, but it's really just for me to remember where things go.
I can't see Noel de la Rosa eats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll give you a link. It's like Noel. Oh
Or is it?
no, maybe it's home cooking by I forget what it's called. I just really haven't been uploading anything in a long time.
Well, I want a link to that one, okay?
Sure, sure, sure.
Anywho,
Should we wait? I'll give you the link, and it's called right now Home Cooked by Chef Christine Alvarez is the
perfect.
name of the channel in
Oh
case
yeah,
you're
I think I am subscribed to that. It's just
curious.
you named it differently.
Yeah. The Noel de la Rosa Eats is I think the Instagram account that I opened up, but I'm not really I just get so overwhelmed with all the stuff,
Yeah.
the social media thing that's going on. It's funny.
Well, let's wrap it up. Looks like we're done for the day here, ladies and gentlemen. Quick announcement. Episode 27 should be out Thursday.
This is 28 though, right? The one that we're on
doing
now.
28 right now. Episode 27 will be out tomorrow afternoon. And today
You're talking about it.
It'll be out tomorrow.
It's funny that you're saying that now, but this is coming out like in the future, so that would be past.
Like so it's gonna come out tomorrow?
No. This is 28, right? So it will come out 26, 27, and then 28. So it's going to come out after those two episodes come out.
I got you.
And you're speaking as if we're on live right now.
But if they're watching this, they're gonna know that. Oh, but this is the future episode. What a dumbass. I'm sorry. What the heck is wrong with me? I'm so tired.
It's funny that it's like you're talking about it as if this is live and then as if those were recorded. But this is also recorded and coming out. But that
one was already recorded, and this one is technically going to be before. I mean, after those. But this one is going to be before tomorrow. So hopefully everything works out tomorrow. And we're hoping that we have a special guest tomorrow. Wink, wink.
Mental gymnastics.
Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much again for tuning in. We kind of got sidetracked there a little bit at the end where it kind of cost both of us, especially just the way looking at Noel's reaction right now. His mind's probably overloading and is about to pop out.
Confused. No, I haven't had coffee. I've only been eating bread this whole time.
Well,
this one's not even done yet.
He's about to go get coffee now. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Again, this is the Flip Side with Jay and Noel. My name is Jay.
My name is Noel.
All right, guys. We'll catch you later.
On the flip side.
Peace. All right, I'll call you on Facebook.
Okay.
Catch us on the next episode on the Flip Side with Jay and Noel. New episodes uploaded on Wednesdays and Saturdays.